You know why he couldn't shake Braun Strowman's hand? Because he was on the mat still from the power slam.
But the slime took me to Nickelodeon. Welcome to another episode of the Big Belt Theory. I'm your host, Ma.
I'm Curry.
Well, we will be talking about WWE championships and rivalries to our own speculation. Now, I know you've seen Raw, okay? And I know you've seen Braun. And I know you was thinking, what is slimy Braun about to do now? Hear me out. We've seen this so many times. He does amazing things around the ring or around the company. He does things like lift an entire truck by himself. Do all of that just so he can end up getting dropped by somebody like Brock Lesnar like this.
On his shoulders, and now Strowman down the ring, all the way to the outside.
Bro, what is the direction they're taking him in? I personally don't see it. We've seen this before. I don't want to see it no more. Okay,
Right.
Let's go ahead and get this off my screen. He gonna pick up something, do something amazing, and lose.
First off, put some respect on my man's name. That ain't the monster among men. That is the Monsieur among men after he fucked around and pinned Drew McIntyre with that running power slam. Now, the way I see it, Drew need to go ahead and take his little vacation. We understand that gotta come up. We got a three-way match. Drew can take the pin here because he can get hit with the power slam. He can get put in the hurt lock. But either way, Drew probably taking the pin. Now, to go further than that, though, we looking at Bobby against Braun. Now, Braun ain't losing to a lot of people with the 1v1s. He's beating Bill Goldberg. We not gonna act like it's just the run of a mill. We understand what Bill Goldberg is. He actually beat Brock. Braun Strowman has even taken the tag team belts with Nicholas, a 10-year-old kid who they had to relinquish the belts after because he had to go to school on Monday. Braun Strowman has shown us before he's ready for this moment. But this feud right here, this one right here can actually define Braun Strowman. If they had him feud with Roman Reigns, I don't think that would have allowed him to be who he is, because Roman Reigns is an overwhelming presence. Even with his feud with The Fiend, we saw The Fiend kind of overshadow Braun. Even though he was trying to help Braun along the way, he kind of overshadowed Braun. Now, we understand the stories of Braun crying backstage because Brock punched him, to Vince, telling that one guy who reports on WWE who shit on Alexa Bliss that he probably lived in his basement. We get it. He a crybaby simp. This can really show us who Braun Strowman really is. Because Bobby Lashley ain't an overwhelming presence. Bobby Lashley's body is probably the most pause. And then MVP, who's looks like he about 60 with the cane. I love MVP, love Bobby Lashley. Braun Strowman can power slam the hell out of both of them. And can pin Bobby. You can't tell me he can't. So the way I see it, the match is set up for Drew to take the pin. Braun and Bobby get their thing on. I think Braun, his building moment right here. That's the way I see it.
I feel like we done seen his building moment multiple times, and it's just fell short every time of the big goal. Okay, he's always been in some type of way, shape, or fashion part of the lower main event card, but every time it's time for him to get that last push, he loses. What I mean is, Bobby Lashley probably destined to be champion ever since he won the United States Championship. Some people seen it and said, you know what? I know he's going to be Universal Champion. However, what I saw was somebody that's going to take it from Drew just so we can know it could be taken from Drew, but are going to lose it the next time you have a real match. Now, in my eyes, and in the eyes of a lot of other people, Bobby became champion when Drew McIntyre tried to kick out of his hurt lock in the turnbuckle, and Bobby Lashley followed him and held that hurt lock in and put him to sleep. That's when Bobby Lashley became a champion. Now, that entire match, no matter how good Bobby looked up until that hurt lock, I knew Bobby was going to lose. Because I know what Drew can do. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
It don't matter what Bobby can do. It don't matter how strong Bobby can do, because I seen what Drew can do. And then he put that hurt lock on him, did the little rollback with him. So then I seen what Bobby Lashley could do to the Drew McIntyre that I seen. So holy shit, this guy is beating everybody else, just got beat by this guy. Transfer of presence. Now, Drew McIntyre don't look weaker because he'd rather go to sleep than lose. Bobby Lashley looking strong because he's the one to do it. That's a match right there. Holy shit, who gonna win this next one? Braun, on the other hand, he beat Goldberg. Though it isn't an easy feat, I get that. It was Goldberg when he was supposed to lose to Roman Reigns. And that's where my problem comes from. Roman Reigns was going to beat Goldberg anyway because he needed to, run the show day to day. Goldberg's a part-timer. Damn, you can call him 1 in 4 pay-per-view type of guy. He's coming once every 4 pay-per-views to just let you know you're next. That's his whole angle. He was supposed to come here. He was going to lose to Roman Reigns to start. What we now see is the Roman Empire. Roman couldn't do it. COVID was serious. He wanted to take care of his family. I get it. You get it. We all get it. So he didn't come. Easy. Who had to take his spot? Braun. What does Braun do? What Roman was going to do, aka beat Goldberg. Now that's not to take away from Braun because he did beat Goldberg. Not a lot of people was able to stay in a match with Goldberg for over 13 seconds. That is a feat within itself. That man was the monster among men, but for the monster among men. I get that. That match was going down with Goldberg losing regardless. As long as we thought you could hold that title over your shoulder and speaking to the camera, to everybody around the world, that was your qualification. You need to be loved by enough people and be able to speak around the world. So I still think he needs that moment. He doesn't have that, oh shit, they're serious about pushing him moment. Because we thought it was Goldberg. I said, I didn't think he was going to win, even though I knew he was supposed to win. I still didn't think he was going to win because he's Braun. That wasn't the old shit moment, because we all knew deep down he was probably going to beat him because that's what Roman was supposed to do. You want to sell me the old shit moment to make me stop calling Slimy Braun? Show me him beating Bobby Lashley. Show me that. Okay, I'm talking about against all the odds. There's going to be odds. He's the big man now. If Bobby Lashley's willing to hire goons for Drew McIntyre, I can only assume he's about to hire the whole roster to take out Braun. Cool. You have to show me that this monster among men can take out whoever Bobby Lashley brings and beat Bobby Lashley, because that is his moment. Because that is who you build Braun Strowman to beat. So anything lower than that, I'm gonna think he's a placeholder. I don't think he's winning.
Let me let me correct you on why you're wrong here. The moment Drew McIntyre for real was solidified to me was when he beat Goldberg. When Goldberg came down, said you don't respect me, yada yada yada, all that hot shit. Drew McIntyre ended up going against him one-on-one. Drew McIntyre beat him. Goldberg had to shake that man's hand with respect. You know why he couldn't shake Braun Strowman's hand? Because he was on the mat still from the power slam. Braun yelled at that man, let him know this is mine now. I took that up off you. To me, that solidified Braun right then and there. Now, I understand what you're saying. Roman Reigns was supposed to get that. It was supposed to be the spear versus spear match, yada, yada. I'm cool with that. But it wasn't Roman Reigns. It was Braun Strowman who did that. Now, Braun had already beat Bobby in the ones. We seen that when they had that last man standing match. Braun put that man through the little tunnel thing. He didn't get up. Braun has just now pinned Drew McIntyre. You can't tell me Braun Strowman ain't about that. Like, he cannot do that to the men. Let me give you the whole resume rundown real quick on Braun Strowman 1v1 on the title matches. This is who he lost to. Brock Lesnar in The Fiend Bray Wyatt. And I'm talking about The Fiend before Alexa Bliss, the one that actually mattered. Them two, Bobby ain't even in the same realm as them. Bobby could tap everybody out for the next year, and I probably still wouldn't put that man up against Brock Lesnar or The Fiend. So I'm telling you right now, Bobby Lashley walk up in there trying to, if Drew McIntyre go away, like I'm thinking he about to go away, Bobby Lashley walk in there looking for the ones, he going to sleep. He getting put on that mat, slammed a couple times to sell us how tough he is, and he getting pinned 1, 2, 3. That will be the end of the almighty era and the beginning, as I like to call him, the Messiah among men. That will be the beginning of his era.
I don't know, man. I will say, if at any point in time, WWE is like, we don't know how to push this man, we don't know how to sell a promo, they should reach out to you. You just sold me everything I need to know about Braun, but it's just something about him. It's just me. I kind of agree. He beat Goldberg. That shit is amazing. But he also the first person I've seen. I probably don't remember him back from my old days when I was a little bit younger. I don't remember nobody getting no slime thrown on them in a WWE environment, bro. Like I didn't see dog food. I didn't see
The dog food was yeah.
I didn't see the champagne, but see the dog food was just disrespectful, right? That's that's horribly disrespectful. That's what that was. We don't respect you. Can of dog food. That's what that was. You know what I mean? We had the milk. My man Kurt Angle milking cookies. That was a fun time. We had Stone Cold Steve Austin with the beer. That was a good time. But the slime took me to Nickelodeon, bro. And I've never felt like Nickelodeon and WWE. What that did to me with Braun's image is made me think to myself, Matt Riddle would give this man a problem. For his size, Matt Riddle shouldn't be giving him a problem. So I can't really argue with what you're saying. Because now I look at it in hindsight, you all right. But from my point of view, he the first dude that has a bucket of slime slimed on him. Yeah, I can see Matt Riddle going toe to toe. I bring up Matt Riddle because Matt Riddle not going toe to toe with Bobby Lashley. So if he can give Braun Strowman a run for, but at the same time, that's Braun Strowman's range. His range just shouldn't be so large because he's so large. He shouldn't be able to lose. You see what I'm saying? To these Matt Riddles looking like he looked.
Losing to Riddle but beating Bobby Lashley.
Do you see what I'm saying? Like
I agree.
That's the Miz. The Miz can do something like that. That fits his character. He is the guy that's too sneaky and can get away with some stuff like that. Braun? No, Braun not doing no sneaky stuff. Braun not hiding in the shadow. Braun is beating you up in front of you and your loved ones. Like that's Braun.
Right.
So when you sell me, he just keeps falling short. And somebody that's so big always looks so small in the presence of Brock Lesnar. I can't see it, bro. Drew McIntyre? Oh, that was a battle. Him and Brock Lesnar just a stare down. That was a battle. Two people were in that ring. After I seen him get tossed over the rope by Brock, I just did not see him standing toe to toe. Like you said, you can't put Bobby Lashley in that same mention with the Roman Reigns, the Drew McIntyres, the Fiends. It don't make sense to you, okay?
Right.
That's what I'm saying for Braun, bro. I can't put him in the same situation as these Fiends and these Bobby Lashleys in this situation. These Drews, I can't see it because no matter how amazing he does, when it matters, he looks small. Or he doesn't look the size he should, I should say. I won't disagree with you, but I will say I don't see it.
Shane McMahon did throw slime on Braun. That did happen. What happened to Shane McMahon? He got tossed off the top of that cage when it was raining and wet. That was very dangerous. Like he told Drew, you try to play with my intelligence and you seen what happened to the last man who did that. They let Braun talk on the mic like that, sky's the limit.
I give you that. You know what? I can agree with that last one. Hey, y'all let us know what you think. Leave a comment, like, subscribe.